Sir Peter Vella's Pencarrow continues to produce superior stakes winners, while the influence of their great Caulfield and Melbourne Cup winner Ethereal continues to be felt, particularly through her wonderful granddaughter Sapira. This year's draft for Pencarrow at Karaka 2021 contains a great mix of New Zealand sires and some of the best stallions based in Australia. Leon, it's been wonderful seeing, in particular, your blue and white colours carried so successfully in the best of company by Sapira this year, and Syracuse has been in fantastic form in stakes races in the spring. And other graduates, Lily Coy won again recently, Aqueduct in good form in Australia. La Grise has had some issues, she's showing some good ability again now, and Le Crayere, another from the Richebourg Echezeaux family, won again. So there are always plenty of winners to talk about from Pencarrow.
That's right. The difficulty of having a very good horse like Sapira is that she carries your flag for 2 or 3 years. The hard thing is that you've got to replace them when they retire. So she's now in foal and retired. But fortunately we've got a good battalion of horses coming behind her. Syracuse we think is very talented and has got a big future. And as you mentioned, you know, the more lightly raced horses like La Crayere, beautifully bred, 2 impressive wins and fast times recently. You know, we think we've got the horses to come through and fill the void that Sapira is going to leave.
Looking at some of these yearlings from Pencarrow for 2021, lot 254 is by Savabeel from Osama Blue. So this filly is by the 6-time champion New Zealand sire Savabeel, crossed with a Fastnet Rock mare who won twice and was group placed. So it's the wonderful best in show family of Redoute Choice, Peeping Fawn, so many more superstars, with horses such as a close relation Ecrivain in the pedigree, winning Group 1s in Europe in more recent years. It's a really international cross with New Zealand, crossed with Australia family.
Absolutely, it's a meeting of the two hemispheres. Physically the filly looks like a horse that's ideally suited to our conditions. She's obviously raised in our conditions. In particular, it's a classic filly family, and when you mention the likes of Peeping Fawn, Rags to Riches, Blush with Pride, and of course this year in her second dam, Paris Lights has come up and won the Coaching Club American Oaks. So yeah, just a combination of a lot of forces there to put this filly in front of buyers.
Lot 94 is a filly by Zoostar from Sintalula. Zoostar, we know what a star stallion he is, the sire of the likes of the wonderful sprinter In Sunlight. The filly's dam is by Galileo. She was a group winner in Ireland and second in the Group 1 Moyglare Stakes. Her first foal Birdsong is now a 4-time winner, racing well in Victoria in the spring.
Yes, she's got off to a really good start with Birdsong. She's a very talented filly, got a lot of natural speed, had limited starts and already won 4 times. It's a lovely pedigree. Again, the meeting of the two hemispheres. She's a very strong filly with lovely natural movement, and no reason why she can't come to hand pretty quickly, because the dam was placed in the Moyglare Stud Stakes Group 1 as a 2-year-old, and also in the pedigree as Verbal Dexterity, Group 1 winning 2-year-old. So this is a filly that we think has got the scope to train on, but can certainly emulate the previous Zoostar progeny and hit the track running fairly soon.
Lot 352 is by Piero from Dolma Bache. This colt's from that wonderful Richebourg Ethereal family of the recent winners we mentioned, Sapira and Le Crayere, and many more, by the wonderful champion 2-year-old and sire of classic winners Piero. So, you know, the family's so deep, as we know, it's synonymous with Pencarrow's success, the Grand Echezeaux, Darcy, Brahma, Burgundy family.
That's right. Well, very interesting, of course. It's the magic cross of Piero out of a Redoute's Choice mare. But of course, Redoute's Choice himself with this family has been a fantastic influence. So, you know, you're getting a lovely cross on both sides of the pedigree there. This mare's first foal to the races won recently, and then placed at a next start. We're currently racing her 3-year-old filly by Tavistock called Top Carpy. She's run twice for 2 placings, so we've got high hopes for her. And as you mentioned, La Crayeur, full sister to Dolmabachi, in really promising form, and we think that she can go on to a great future.
Lot 22 is a colt by Lonhro from Palace Gardens. We know Lonhro, a former champion sire with plenty of stakes winners again this past year, and it's the first foal of your unraced mare by More Than Ready, who's from the Reduced Choice mare we just mentioned before in Dolmabache. Zabeel in the pedigree too, and again it's that great Ethereal family.
Yes, well, it brings a double cross of Zabeel into this colt. It's the mare's first foal. He's a really well balanced horse. He's nice and mature. I think he can again come to hand reasonably quickly, but train on. So a horse that we've got a lot of confidence in and could appeal to a range of buyers that have a range of goals.
Lot 168 is by Reliable Man from Teatro. This colt by a sire who of course had Miami Bound again flying the flag for him, the former Oaks winner, and also winning the Perth Railway Stakes, the Group 1 Inspirational Girl. This is the first foal of an unraced Street Cry mare who's a half-sister to Queensland Guineas winner Saxon and more, and from a great Aga Khan family.
That's right. We imported the third dam Sadler's Wells mare into New Zealand. She's proven to be a great mare. It's the famous K family of the Aga Khans. We follow that through Street Cry, and this is the mare's first foal by Reliable Man. He's on a real roll, and I think in a mare like Inspirational Girl, we're really seeing what he's capable of producing, and think he's on the cusp of a really rewarding career as a stallion. So we like to think that we produce a full range of horses. You know, we sell right across the spectrum. You know, they can't all be Group 1 winning mares. You have to start off with some mares that are unraced for a specific reason. So we offer a range of horses to a full range of buyers. And I mean, our whole goal is to produce a product that can go out there and carry our brand and produce for everybody.
The Chitty family at Haunui Farm always present a wonderful draft at Karaka that's a must-see for all the good judges every year. The 2021 draft was ready for inspection in mid-December, and the stud who sold, now two-time New Zealand Horse of the Year Melody Belle, has also been buoyed by the great success of their young sire by Lope de Vega, Bellado, with his first crop to hit the racetrack. Mark, it's been an unusual year with COVID, of course, but the results coming from Haunui have been sensational. How's the past 12 months been for you?
Oh, I think it's been difficult for everybody, Caroline, you know, but certainly racetrack success brings a smile to everyone's face, and you get the feeling you're doing some things right.
One thing that's going very right for Haunui is the incredible start made by your young sire by Lope de Vega, Bellado, in both hemispheres.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to back up what he's done in the Northern Hemisphere is absolutely fantastic. And to be getting a winner before sort of the new year here in New Zealand and a horse to stakes level has been fantastic. And the word around the traps has been very, very encouraging. You know, it doesn't come as a surprise with the Sharmadale Lope de Vega blood and its limited opportunity in Australia. And we've had some of that exposure here in New Zealand, and it's great to see Bellado really starting to hit his straps.
And of course the 12-time Group 1 winner Melody Belle's second Horse of the Year title. That's just great for Haunui too.
Yeah, she is a special mare. She's going to go down as one of the great race mares of New Zealand when she retires. But it's wonderful for her breeder. Marie Lester has been our longest serving client here at Haunui. It's lovely to have some immediate close relations. Melody Belle, she's got a Schnitzel filly at foot, and info to Pencarrow. So we've allowed for some Australian flavour there off the back of commands, being Melody Belle's sire. And every time she goes to the racetrack, there's a certain buzz here at Haunui. Competing Melbourne, Sydney in the spring is the absolute ultimate, and certainly Crosshaven and Showmanship. I think he's a Group 1 horse in the making. And I'm sure Bob Peters will look after him, and we might see him back as a 5 or 6 year old. And then obviously Furore back up in Hong Kong, finding form again to a high class level. So your graduates need to do that, and ours have certainly done that in the spring, which is really encouraging, by different size, but have gone through the same system.
Following in their footsteps, let's look at the Haunui draft for 2021. Lot 70 is a filly by Merchant Navy from Rena Bettina. Great seeing the first crop by Merchant Navy. The filly's dam was unraced and is by Reliable Man, and it's the family of Valpolicella, Vavasor, Villanova, Celebrity Dream, a family you know well.
Yes, she is. I mean, she's Haunui Foundation family through and through. You know, being by Merchant Navy, this family of recent times crossed really well with the Danehill blood. Vavasor's by Reduced Choice, Villanova was by Commands, and we were really mindful of you know, utilising that Danehill blood across this family. We've raced it many times. She's a good medium-sized filly. It's a good first foal, filly that's a lot stronger than her mother, and you know, we've backed that up with the mare going to Not a Single Doubt and throwing us a lovely filly, and the mare's back in foal to Ocean Park. So lots of residual, and the filly's got good improvement in her still.
Lot 481 is a filly by Bellardo from Cales. As we mentioned, Bellardo, the Dewhurst and Lockinge winners, already a sire of stakes winner Avanallo. Cales is by Don Eduardo and is throwing the stakes winner Showmanship and Group Place 2-year-old La Moline, as well as Singapore star Bahana. It's a great Goree family.
Yeah, it is. Cales has done a great job at stud. Bahana, you know, was a Singapore Gold Cup winner. La Moline was a filly that you know, was on the verge of solid black type. I think she won 5 in a row before unfortunately going a miss for Bob Peters. And Showmanship showed certainly in the spring what quality a racehorse he is. So the mare's done a fantastic job. We sold the half brother last year for $500,000 to Kieran Ma. And this Bellardo filly's a taller, elegant style of filly. She's a nice moving filly. She's, you know, got filly written all over her. Nice, correct individual, and she's got obviously that racing potential, but also has got that pedigree behind her. And quite nice that we at Haunui have got a Goree-based family, having stood Don Eduardo for them those few years ago.
Next is Lot 108, a colt by Ifraj from She Is All Fashion. Ifraj has been such a wonderful stallion at Haunui and is now a sire of sires, of course, with Wootton Bassett bought by Coolmore. She Is All Fashion is a full sister to Melbourne Stakes winner 1 for 1, and it's the Calvine Cosy Bay English Wonder family.
Yeah, well, this is a family of the late Don McLaren, who is such a wonderful friend of Haunui's. This colt's an October-born foal. Really big improver. He just continues to improve day by day. You know, the mare's second foal of the mare, she's a half to 1 for 1, as you say. You know, he's had those good chestnut individuals, So What If, Kisses, and obviously the ultimate Ginger Nuts. I think this horse, the early inspections will see a horse that people will mark, but when they come back and see him late January, they'll know the marked improvement in him. He's a horse that we really like, and the mare's doing a nice job for us to start with.
Lot 103 is by Ribchester from Shalaka. This is a colt by your wonderful son of Ifraj, Ribchester, who has his first yearlings this year. He won the Lockinge and the Queen Anne at Royal Ascot. The colt's dam is by Horse of the Year and champion sire Lonro, and he's a half-brother to Group Place winner of 9 Dark Universe or New Universe, and it's the Bint Masqué Bollinger Mannington family.
Oh, listen, if Ribchester throws yearlings like this, we'll take them every day of the week. He's a really good colt, strongly made. He's owned by Murray Hardy. We're doing their yearlings for the very first time, the Sunlight Trust. So it's an honour for Haunui to be doing that. By Ribchester, you know, absolute sensational miler. Beat the very best, was the champion miler of Europe, and this is his first crop of yearlings. He's just finished his first season for us here at Haunui, and he's been well received. But this colt, he's come in, slotted into our routine exceptionally well. He's a great mover and just a really good, solid looking horse. I'm excited to be taking him to Karaka 2021.
Lot 244 is a colt by Ocean Park from Annie Higgins. The Cox Plate winner's had another sensational season as a stallion, and the colt's from a wonderful race mare, Annie Higgins. She's had 2 foals for 2 winners. Her third dam is the top Sir Tristram mare, Tribell.
Yeah, this is a colt that was bred by Mrs. Marie Lester, the breeder of Melody Belle. This is her third living foal, Annie Higgins. She was a top class race mare. She won the Counties Cup, the Waikato Cup, She won the Sunlone Vase, which was one of the 3-year-old fillies races before the Oaks. He's a half-brother to a really promising horse called Savannah Cloud in the Philip Stokes stable. This colt continues to improve. He's by Ocean Park, who's just had an incredible 12 to 18 months out of a really good O'Reilly mare. He's a horse that's strong, he's got good length, and I think he's, people looking for a Guineas horse, a horse to run a little bit further, 2,000 metres, you look no further than this colt.
And finally, I'm really looking forward to showcasing this colt, lot 527 by Al Manzoor from Marquesa. This is the half-brother to the unbeaten Winning Dreamer who won on Hong Kong International Day. We know, of course, Al Manzoor is a European champion by Wootton Bassett, and Marquesa, the 3/4 sister to Danewin, and commands the great 8-carat family. She's also produced the stakes winner Ocean Duel and is grand dam of the Real Beale and Gimcrack winner Catch Me. Thoroughbred families just don't get any better than this, do they?
No, they don't, and this colt rates right up there, being out of, from that great 8-carat family. We've had a number of Al Manzoors born on the farm, and we really rate them as types, and this colt is a lovely colt. Obviously, he's a half to a very exciting horse in Hong Kong and Winning Dreamer. He was bred by Matt Goodson and Diana Perrin, good clients of Haunui's, and this colt's, he's an October foal, later October foal, and he's continued to improve. He's got natural strength, and he's very much in Winning Dreamer's mould. Hopefully is good, and he'll command a lot of attention come end of January.
Mark, you're based at Karaka. It's going to be an unusual field for this sale, but there's enormous quality there for the Aussies and the other international buyers to really do their homework on if they can't be there.
Look, absolutely, it's going to be a very different sale from a field. The quality of horses that we're putting forward is as good as what we have usually done over the last, decade. We're providing as much information, Caroline, as we possibly can. We've done snapshots of the horses through November, December, and then through to January. X-ray reports, scope reports, health reports. Myself and Shannon will be freely available to discuss any of those horses with our overseas clientele if they so wish.